Hello everyone and welcome to Season 3 Floodgate Guide from Warlock POV. Besides killing off bubbles and some number tweaks, the dungeon remains pretty much the same, so let's refresh our memories. Big M.O.M.M.A is an ad management fight. She starts the encounter with 4 ads, stay stacked on the tank and focus entirely on burning the ads down. They'll cast Doomstorm, sending out straight line attacks you'll need to dodge, and Maximum Distortion, a strong pulsing AoE that must be interrupted. The boss will periodically cast Sonic Boom, targeting you with a wave that silences and drags you with it. If it slams you into a wall, you'll probably die. Once all 4 ads are dead, Big M.O.M.M.A casts Jumpstart, taking increased damage while doing pulsing AoE. Use defensives and unload your DPS cooldowns. When the cast ends, she drops a hazard pool and resummons her ads, resetting the cycle. If you don't kill the ads in time, she activates Kilo Block Barrier, significantly reducing damage taken while dealing heavy group damage until all ads are killed. Demolition Duo is a straightforward fight focused on managing bombs and avoiding explosions. Periodically, Geezle drops ticking time bombs across the arena. Each bomb has a 30-second timer, and if it goes off, it triggers deflagration, dealing big burst damage and applying a strong ticking dot to everyone. You can survive one explosion, but a second one will wipe you. One way to clear bombs is using Kinetic Explosive Gel. This is a magic debuff Geezle puts on a random player, dealing ticking damage. When dispelled, the gel explodes, damaging and knocking up anything nearby, including bombs. The second bomb clearing method is Bronze Barreling Charge. When targeted, move so he charges through as many bombs as possible. Once the bombs are airborne, they explode, raining down fragments you need to dodge. Aside from the bombs, Geezle will also cast 5 staggered frontal lasers. Finally, when one boss goes down, the other one gains a stacking damage buff until defeated. Swampface is a healing intensive fight with constant party damage. The core mechanic is Razorchoke Wines, which links you to another random player and deals moderate damage while active. Everyone but the healer gets linked, so the best approach is to stay stacked and move together. Awaken the Swamp deals heavy pulsing damage to the whole party and summons Skewering Roots. This is your cue to pop defensives. Each root eruption sends out tidal waves. Getting hit deals damage and drags you away. The last thing to watch for is Mudslide, a deadly frontal beam. Just dodge it and reposition when needed. Geezle is a high damage fight involving a lot of dodging. At the start and roughly every minute, boss casts Turbocharge, dealing pulsing AoE while firing dodgeable electric beams in all directions. When it ends, rubble falls from above. Dodge the brown rubble circles, those deal damage. Water circles don't do anything except create water spills. Throughout the fight, players will be targeted by leaping sparks. These chase you indefinitely until they hit a water spill. If a spark catches you, it hits hard and stuns you for a long time, so kite it into the water. Once it touches a spill, that pool becomes electrified, turning it into a ground hazard. Another way pools become electrified is through Gigazap, which hits 2 random players with strong ticking damage. If you're targeted, pop a defensive and move away from any pools to avoid making unnecessary hazards. The third way for a spill to become electrified is during Turbocharge if a beam hits it, so be extra mindful of where you're standing. Floodgate has a ton of trash, and here's what to watch out for. Loaderbots fixate on random players, moving toward them and dealing constant AoE to anyone nearby. Only a stun can stop them. Surveyors cast a beam on a random player, dealing ticking damage and dropping lava patches. This is a high priority interrupt.
Shreddinators have 2 mechanics: Shredation, which spawns saw blades under players that ramp up in damage over time, and Flamethrower, a slow rotating frontal.
Mechadrone snipers cast Trickshot, which deals heavy party-wide damage. Interrupt it when possible. Architects use Nailgun to root and bleed a random player. They also construct scaffolding, giving them 90% reduced damage. Burn the scaffolding first, then the mob. Inspectors blink behind players and cast a frontal cone. Bloodwarpers are a priority kill. They cast Warp Blood, a party-wide channel with a healing absorb on which you'll want to use some defensives, most likely Hellstones and healing pots. Divers target random players with Harpoon, applying a strong bleed and pulling them in. This can also be interrupted. They also drop Sephorium charges which explode on contact and knock you up. If you're harpooned, use Demonic Circle to avoid getting dragged into a bomb. Bombshell crabs explode on death, applying a stacking dot. Disturbed kelp, found before the third boss, channels party-wide AoE that can be stopped with hard CC. They also cast a strong heal over time that should be interrupted or purged. Finally, Darkfuse Jumpstarters cast Battery Discharge, which deals strong party damage every few seconds and spawns ground hazards. And that's all to know about Operation Floodgate. If you found this guide helpful, please give it a like and subscribe. Also check out my other Season 3 dungeon guides and feel free to drop on my Twitch or other social media. Links are in the description. Thanks for watching and goodbye.